From towering waterfalls that thunder into endless mist, to glowing caves that look like portals to another world, our planet is overflowing with natural wonders that feel almost unreal. These breathtaking places prove that nature is the greatest artist, carving, painting, and sculpting landscapes beyond imagination. Some are hidden gems few travelers ever see, while others are so iconic they draw millions from across the globe. In this video, we'll take you on a journey to the most beautiful natural wonders on Earth. Places so magical, they'll leave you craving an adventure of your own. Get ready to uncover secrets written in stone, sky, and water. Wonders that prove Earth is far more mysterious and spectacular than we ever imagined. Rising dramatically from the wild Atlantic Ocean, the cliffs of Moher in Ireland are one of the most breathtaking natural spectacles on Earth. Stretching for 14 kilometers along the country's rugged west coast, these towering cliffs soar up to 214 meters high. From their windswept edges, the ocean seems endless, colliding with the rock face in a display of pure power. As the waves crash below and seabirds circle overhead, the cliffs create a scene that feels both timeless and otherworldly. But what makes the cliffs of Moher truly unforgettable isn't just their sheer size, it's the feeling they inspire. Standing on the edge, with waves crashing far below and seabirds gliding effortlessly on the wind, you're face to face with the raw, untamed beauty of Ireland itself. It's no wonder over 1 million people visit each year, making this island's most popular natural attraction. The cliffs have even starred on the big screen, appearing in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and the Princess Bride. Yet beyond their fame lies a deeper story. Layers of rock formed more than 300 million years ago, and wildlife ranging from puffins and razorbills to dolphins and seals along the coastline. The cliffs of Moher aren't just a view, they're Ireland's natural masterpiece, a place that feels almost too extraordinary to be real. Rising out of the North Atlantic like a secret world untouched by time, the Faroe Islands are one of the planet's most enchanting natural wonders. This remote archipelago of 18 volcanic islands belongs to the Kingdom of Denmark, yet it feels like an entirely different universe. With towering sea cliffs, emerald green valleys, and waterfalls that plunge straight into the ocean, the landscapes here are nothing short of extraordinary. What makes the Faroe Islands truly unforgettable is their raw, unspoiled beauty. Imagine villages of colorful turf-roofed houses clinging to mountainsides, puffins nesting on jagged cliffs, and mist rolling across peaks that vanish into the clouds. It feels like stepping into a fairy tale, yet this place is very real and still remarkably undiscovered. 'Cause, 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 The Faroe Islands are also a paradise for bird life. Thousands of puffins, fulmars and gannets nest along the dramatic cliffs, filling the skies with life and sound. One of the most mind-bending sights is Lake Survagsvatn, also known as the lake above the ocean. From the right angle, it appears to hover hundreds of meters above sea level, an optical illusion created by steep cliffs and the unique landscape. In reality, the lake sits just 30 meters above the ocean, but its perspective trick makes it one of the most surreal natural wonders on Earth. With fewer than 55,000 people calling it home, the Faroe Islands remain one of Europe's best-kept secrets, a Danish gem where nature reigns supreme. Far above the Arctic Circle lies one of the most magical places on Earth, the Lofoten Islands of Norway. Shaped by towering peaks that rise straight out of the sea, this archipelago looks like it was painted by nature itself. Jagged mountains, white sand beaches, and fjords so still they reflect the sky like glass make Lofoten a landscape unlike anywhere else in the world. What makes these islands truly unforgettable is the contrast. In winter, the skies dance with the northern lights, casting surreal colors over snowy peaks and fishing villages. In summer, the midnight sun never sets, flooding the islands with golden light around the clock. It's a place where time feels suspended, and every view looks like a postcard. The islands are also steeped in tradition. Red wooden råbur, old fishermen's cabins, dot the shoreline, and cod fishing has been the heartbeat of Lofoten for centuries. Despite its northern location, Lofoten is warmer than you might expect, thanks to the Gulf Stream, which keeps the climate surprisingly mild for a place above the Arctic Circle. Whether you come for the natural beauty, the rich history, or the magical light that defines each season, the Lofoten Islands are more than a destination. They are a living masterpiece. Remote, untamed, and unforgettable, this Norwegian wonder proves that the world still holds places where nature feels larger than life and where every moment leaves you with the sense that you've stepped into another world. Nestled in the heart of the Julian Alps, Lake Bled in Slovenia looks like something straight out of a fairy tale. Its emerald green waters are surrounded by forested mountains, and in the middle lies the crown jewel, a tiny island topped with a centuries-old church, complete with a bell tower that chimes across the water. Legend says that ringing the bell brings good luck, and travelers from around the world make the journey just to try it. Overlooking the lake is Bled Castle, perched dramatically on a cliff more than 100 meters high. From there, the views stretch across the lake and deep into the surrounding Alps, creating a panorama so enchanting it hardly seems real. But Lake Bled isn't just about beauty, it's also steeped in history. The area has been a pilgrimage site for centuries, and the island's church has become one of Slovenia's most iconic landmarks. In summer, visitors row traditional wooden boats called pletna to the island. While in winter, the lake sometimes freezes, creating a scene that feels straight out of a storybook. Lake Bled isn't just Slovenia's treasure, it's one of Europe's most magical places, where nature and history blend into pure perfection. Deep in northeastern Brazil lies one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth, Lençóis Maranhenses National Park. At first glance, it looks like a vast desert, stretching endlessly with rolling white sand dunes. But unlike any desert in the world, these dunes hide a secret. Every rainy season, rainwater collects between them, forming thousands of turquoise lagoons that shimmer under the sun. The result is a landscape so unique, it looks like nature painted a masterpiece of sand and water. The name translates to bed sheets of Maranhão, because from above, the dunes resemble giant white sheets spread across the land. The lagoons, some stretching for hundreds of meters, are crystal clear and perfect for swimming, an oasis hidden in plain sight. Between July and September, when the lagoons are at their fullest, the park transforms into one of the most extraordinary natural wonders in the world. Despite its desert-like appearance, Lençóis Maranhenses receives far too much rainfall to be classified as a desert. This paradox creates one of Earth's most mesmerizing illusions, an endless sea of dunes interrupted by brilliant blue and green lagoons. Remote, magical, and otherworldly, it's a Brazilian wonder that feels like stepping into another planet. In the heart of China's Hunan province lies a place so extraordinary, it looks like it was carved straight out of a fantasy world. This is Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, home to some of the most surreal landscapes on Earth. Here, thousands of sandstone pillars rise vertically from the earth, some more than 200 meters tall, shrouded in mist and crowned with lush green forests. The site is so otherworldly, it became the inspiration for the floating Hallelujah Mountains in James Cameron's Avatar. What makes Zhangjiajie so unique is its sheer scale. Over 3,000 stone pillars and countless ravines and gorges fill the park, sculpted over millions of years by the forces of wind, rain, and erosion. Walking through Zhangjiajie feels like stepping into a natural maze of stone giants, where every turn reveals a new formation, more dramatic than the last. To truly experience the park's majesty, visitors can ride the Qianmen Mountain Cable Car, one of the longest in the world. Stretching more than 7 kilometers, it soars above valleys and cliffs, gliding through the clouds with panoramic views of the towering peaks below. But for those seeking an even more thrilling perspective, there's the Beilong Elevator, the tallest outdoor lift on Earth. Built onto the side of a massive cliff, this glass elevator rises 326 meters in under 2 minutes, carrying passengers straight up the sandstone pillars into a world of mist and mountains. The park's landmarks are just as iconic. The Avatar Hallelujah Mountain seems to defy gravity, while the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge, once the longest and highest of its kind, stretches nearly 300 meters above a canyon, offering a dizzying view of the landscape below. The biodiversity here is equally astonishing. Rare macaques swing through the forests, hundreds of bird species nest among the cliffs, and unique plants thrive in this subtropical environment. Declared China's first national forest park in 1982, Zhangjiajie is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. On misty mornings, the pillars appear to float like islands in the sky, blurring the line between reality and imagination. Zhangjiajie isn't just a destination, it's a place where Earth itself seems to dream. Rising nearly 200 meters above the central plains of Sri Lanka, Lion Rock, also known as Sigiriya, is one of the most extraordinary ancient sites in the world. From a distance, this massive column of stone looks like a fortress carved by giants, but climb its steep steps and you'll uncover the remains of a 5th century royal citadel, complete with palaces, gardens, and intricate frescoes painted high on the rock face. The name Lion Rock comes from the enormous stone lion that once guarded the entrance to the summit. Today, only its massive paws remain, but they hint at the grandeur of what once stood here. At the very top, the ruins of King Kashyapa's palace reveal sweeping views of forests, villages, and mountains stretching as far as the eye can see. Sigiriya is more than just a fortress. It's a masterpiece of urban planning. Its symmetrical water gardens, reservoirs, and advanced hydraulic systems are considered centuries ahead of their time. No wonder it's often called the 8th wonder of the world. Blending history, legend, and breathtaking views, Lion Rock is a place where nature and human ingenuity come together to create something truly unforgettable. Towering 604 meters above the Lisse Fjord in southwestern Norway, Pulpit Rock, or Preikestolen, is one of the most breathtaking viewpoints on Earth. This massive cliff, with its perfectly flat top, looks as if it was designed by nature to be a viewing platform. From its edge, the fjord stretches endlessly below, framed by dramatic mountains that rise sharply on either side. Reaching Pulpit Rock is an adventure in itself. The hike takes around 4 hours round trip, winding through rugged terrain, forests, and mountain plateaus before finally revealing the jaw-dropping sight of the cliff. Once at the summit, visitors often dare to sit on the edge, their feet dangling hundreds of meters above the turquoise waters of the fjord, a view that feels almost unreal. Preikestolen has become one of Norway's most famous landmarks, drawing hikers and adventurers from all over the world. It has even starred in Hollywood, making an appearance in Mission Impossible: Fallout. What makes Pulpit Rock unforgettable isn't just the view, it's the sense of standing on the edge of the world, where raw nature and sheer scale remind you just how small we are compared to the landscapes around us. In the remote wilderness of southern Chile, at the edge of Patagonia, lies one of the most spectacular landscapes on Earth, Torres del Paine National Park. Famous for its dramatic granite towers that pierce the sky, this park is a land where glaciers, turquoise lakes, windswept plains, and jagged mountains collide to create a scene so wild it feels almost untouched by time. The park takes its name from the Torres, or towers, 3 colossal granite peaks that rise nearly 3,000 meters above sea level. Sculpted by glaciers over millions of years, these iconic spires dominate the skyline and have become a symbol of Chile's natural beauty. But Torres del Paine is more than just mountains. Vast glaciers like Grey Glacier creep slowly into icy lakes, while the park's rivers and waterfalls carve their way through valleys of surreal color. Wildlife thrives in this rugged environment. Guanacos, relatives of the llama, roam freely across the steppes, while condors soar on the strong Patagonian winds. If you're lucky, you might even spot elusive pumas stalking silently through the park's forests and grasslands. Remote, wild, and utterly unforgettable, Torres del Paine is more than a national park. It's a glimpse into the raw power and beauty of Patagonia, a place where nature reigns supreme and every view feels like a masterpiece. Standing proudly on the border of Switzerland and Italy, the Matterhorn is one of the most iconic mountains in the world. With its near-perfect pyramid shape, soaring 4,478 meters into the sky, it has become a symbol not only of the Swiss Alps, but of mountain majesty itself. Its jagged peak, often dusted with snow, seems almost sculpted by nature to capture attention, drawing climbers, photographers, and dreamers from around the globe. The Matterhorn's striking shape is the result of millions of years of geological forces, where glaciers carved and shaped the rock into the dramatic summit we see today. Today, the Matterhorn is a beacon for adventurers, though it remains one of the most challenging climbs in the Alps. For those who prefer to admire its grandeur without scaling its cliffs, the Gornergrat Railway offers an unforgettable journey. First opened in 1898, it was the world's first fully electrified cog railway. The line climbs to an altitude of over 3,000 meters, making it the second highest railway in Europe. And for an even loftier adventure, Switzerland is also home to the Jungfraujoch railway station, famously known as the Top of Europe. Located high in the Bernese Alps between the Jungfrau and Mönch Mountains, it sits at 3,454 meters, making it the highest railway station on the continent. Below the peak lies Zermatt, a charming car-free village that acts as the gateway to the mountain. Whether you see the Matterhorn glowing pink in the alpenglow or reflected in the still waters of nearby alpine lakes, it remains more than a mountain. It is a natural masterpiece, timeless and unforgettable. Rising above the city of Cape Town, Table Mountain is one of the most iconic natural landmarks in the world. Instantly recognizable for its flat summit, this massive sandstone plateau stretches nearly 3 kilometers across and towers 1,085 meters above sea level. Its dramatic shape dominates the skyline, creating a backdrop so striking that it has become a symbol of South Africa itself. What makes Table Mountain truly extraordinary is its unique blend of natural wonder and accessibility. Visitors can hike one of the many scenic trails, winding through rocky gorges and lush valleys, or soar to the summit aboard the famous Table Mountain Aerial Cableway. In just a few minutes, the cable car glides up the steep cliffs, rotating 360 degrees to reveal sweeping views of Cape Town, the Atlantic Ocean, and the surrounding mountains. And Table Mountain doesn't stand alone. Beside it rises the conical Lion's Head, a favorite spot for sunrise and full moon hikes, while Signal Hill stretches out toward the city, completing Cape Town's famous Table, Lion, and Signal trio. Together, they form one of the most photographed skylines in the world. Extending southward along the coast, the dramatic 12 Apostles mountain range adds a series of rugged cliffs and peaks that tumble down to meet the sea, completing Cape Town's breathtaking natural amphitheater. Named one of the new 7 wonders of nature, Table Mountain and its companions form one of the most dramatic landscapes on the planet. South Africa's crown jewel, where mountains, sea, and city meet in perfect harmony. Another of the new 7 wonders of nature is Jeju Island, a volcanic paradise off the southern coast of South Korea. Formed by eruptions millions of years ago, Jeju is a land of striking contrasts: lush green landscapes, black lava cliffs, hidden caves, and pristine beaches. One of Jeju's most extraordinary landmarks is Seongsan Ilchulbong, also known as Sunrise Peak. Formed by a powerful underwater eruption over 100,000 years ago, this massive tuff cone rises 182 meters from the sea, its crater stretching wide like a natural amphitheater. From its summit, visitors are rewarded with one of the most unforgettable sights in Asia: the sun breaking over the horizon, casting golden light across the island and the surrounding ocean. Watching sunrise here is such a cherished experience that Seongsan Ilchulbong has become a symbol of Jeju itself. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Jeju Island is a rare blend of volcanic wonder and living tradition. It is not just South Korea's natural crown jewel, but one of the most remarkable islands on Earth. Deep in the heart of Wyoming lies one of the most powerful and mysterious natural wonders on Earth, the Yellowstone caldera. Often called the Yellowstone supervolcano, this massive volcanic system spans nearly 70 kilometers across, making it one of the largest active calderas in the world. Though it last erupted more than 600,000 years ago, the signs of its immense power are everywhere, bubbling just beneath the surface. Yellowstone's landscape is a showcase of geothermal wonders created by the caldera's heat. Geysers like Old Faithful erupt on schedule, shooting boiling water high into the air. Vibrant hot springs shimmer with surreal colors caused by heat-loving microbes, Steam vents, mud pots, and fumaroles dot the park, each a reminder that molten magma still churns below. A visit to Yellowstone is like stepping into a living, surreal masterpiece of geological wonder. On a remote island in Indonesia, there is a volcano that holds a secret unlike any other on Earth, Kelimutu. At its summit lie three lakes that defy imagination, shimmering in colors that change from turquoise and green to blood red or inky black. Unlike ordinary volcanic craters, these lakes are alive with shifting hues, a natural phenomenon that feels more like art than geology. The mystery of Kelimutu's lakes is fueled by volcanic gases and mineral-rich waters, which trigger chemical reactions that constantly alter their colors. Scientists continue to study this wonder, but for the local people, the lakes are sacred. Ancient belief holds that each one is a resting place for souls, the young, the old, and those burdened with misdeeds, turning the volcano into both a natural marvel and a spiritual sanctuary. Standing 1,639 meters above sea level, Kelimutu commands sweeping views of Flores Island's lush hills and valleys. Kelimutu is more than a volcano. It is a living canvas where science, spirit, and nature converge, creating one of Indonesia's most magical treasures. On the coast of Queensland, Australia, lies one of the most breathtaking shorelines in the world, Whitehaven Beach. Stretching over 7 kilometers along Whitsunday Island, this beach is famous for its dazzling white sand and crystal-clear turquoise waters. But this isn't ordinary sand. Composed of 98% pure silica, it is so fine and soft that it squeaks beneath your feet and remains cool even under the scorching Australian sun. Accessible only by boat, seaplane, or helicopter, Whitehaven feels wonderfully remote and untouched. The jewel of Whitehaven Beach is Hill Inlet, a stunning natural phenomenon where the tides swirl the sand and water together to create shifting patterns of blue and white. From the lookout at Tongue Point, visitors are treated to one of the most photographed views in all of Australia, a living canvas that changes every hour with the tide. Parts of the beach reveal streaks of darker sand, even turning black in places, creating striking contrasts against the pure white silica. With its gleaming silica sands, streaks of black, and swirling turquoise waters, it's no wonder it's hailed as one of the most beautiful beaches on Earth. Hidden deep within Venezuela's vast Canema National Park lies one of the most extraordinary sights on Earth, Angel Falls. Dropping an astonishing 979 meters from the Ollantaytambo Plateau, It is the tallest uninterrupted waterfall in the world. From such heights, the water never reaches the ground in a single stream, but instead dissolves into mist, drifting gracefully before vanishing into the jungle below. The effect is nothing short of surreal, as if the sky itself were pouring into the rainforest. Surrounded by pristine jungle and towering tepuis, Angel Falls is part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its remoteness adds to its magic. It can only be reached by boat, small plane, or on foot, making every journey to its base an adventure of discovery. To the local Pemon people, it is known as Karapakupai Meru, meaning waterfall of the deepest place, a name that carries spiritual weight and ancient reverence. Whether glimpsed from the air, where it appears like a silver ribbon against the cliffs, or from the jungle floor, Angel Falls is a breathtaking reminder of nature's scale, power, and wonder. Thundering through the heart of southern Africa lies one of the most dramatic spectacles on the planet, Victoria Falls. Straddling the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, this natural wonder is so immense that local people named it Mosio Atunya, meaning the smoke that thunders. This colossal waterfall stretches more than 1.7 kilometers, 1 mile, wide, and plunges up to 108 meters into the gorge below. During peak flow, over 500 million cubic meters of water crash over the edge every minute, creating a roaring curtain of spray that rises so high it can be seen from miles away. Surrounding the falls is a lush rainforest, kept green year-round by the never-ending mist. One of the most iconic vantage points is the Victoria Falls Bridge, completed in 1905. Spanning the gorge just downstream of the falls, the bridge offers breathtaking views of the thundering waters and has become a hotspot for adventurers, whether crossing between countries or leaping into the void with one of the world's most famous bungee jumps. Visitors can also experience Victoria Falls in countless unforgettable ways, walking along scenic viewpoints, soaring above it on a thrilling helicopter ride, or for the daring, swimming right at the edge in the legendary Devil's Pool during the dry season. Victoria Falls isn't just a sight. It's a multisensory encounter with nature's raw power, where the ground trembles, the air fills with mist, and the thunder of water reminds you of the unstoppable force of the natural world. Off the coast of the island nation of Mauritius lies one of the most stunning optical illusions on Earth, the so-called underwater waterfall. Near the dramatic Le Morne-Brabant Peninsula, powerful ocean currents pull sand and silt from the shallow coastal shelf into deeper waters, creating the breathtaking illusion of a waterfall plunging into the abyss. From above, it looks as though the sea itself is collapsing into a hidden chasm, a spectacle that seems almost otherworldly. The striking contrast between turquoise shallows and dark blue depths turns this place into a living canvas, constantly shifting with the tides. Best viewed from the air, it has become one of the most photographed sites in Mauritius and the entire Indian Ocean. This extraordinary illusion sits beside the iconic Le Morne Brabant, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, adding cultural depth to its natural beauty. The combination of ocean artistry and historical significance makes the underwater waterfall one of Mauritius's most unforgettable wonders. On the tiny island of La Digue in the Seychelles lies one of the most photographed beaches in the world, Anse Source d'Argent. Famous for its surreal beauty, this beach is a masterpiece of nature, where towering granite boulders, some sculpted over millions of years, rise dramatically from soft white sand and meet the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean. What makes Anse Source d'Argent so extraordinary is its almost dreamlike setting. The granite formations, weathered into smooth and fantastical shapes, create hidden coves and natural pools, while the shallow lagoon glimmers in shades of blue and green. Palm trees sway gently above the shoreline, completing the scene of paradise that has made this beach a backdrop for countless films, commercials, and travel magazines. Best of all is sunset, when the light bathes the granite in warm hues of pink and gold, turning an already magical landscape into something unforgettable. Anse Source d'Argent isn't just a beach, it's the very definition of tropical paradise, a place where time slows and nature shows off its artistry at every turn. It's no wonder it's often hailed as one of the most beautiful beaches on Earth. Rising dramatically from the heart of northern Italy, the Dolomites are a mountain range so striking they almost seem sculpted by an artist's hand. Spanning the provinces of Trentino Alto Adige, Veneto, and Friuli Venezia Giulia, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is celebrated for its jagged limestone peaks, sheer cliffs, and serene alpine meadows. The rugged mountains, some soaring over 3,000 meters, are especially magical during sunrise and sunset, when their pale rock faces ignite in shades of pink and orange, a natural phenomenon locals call enrosadera. Scattered among the peaks are pristine glacial lakes like the emerald green Lago de Braise, and charming alpine villages that look as though they belong in a fairy tale. The Dolomites are not only breathtaking in appearance, but also a paradise for adventure seekers, offering world-class hiking, skiing, and climbing across dramatic landscapes. Among the most iconic landmarks of the Dolomites are the Tre Cime di Lavaredo, or Three Peaks of Lavaredo. Known in German as the Drei Zinnen, these towering pinnacles, Cima Grande, Cima Ovest, and Cima Piccola, stand as guardians of the range, their sheer vertical walls making them a paradise for climbers and photographers alike. Few sites capture the drama of the Dolomites more perfectly than these legendary peaks. Whether veiled in morning mist, glowing beneath a golden evening sky, or framed by the majestic Tre Cime di Lavaredo, the Dolomites are more than mountains. They are a living masterpiece of nature, where raw beauty and timeless serenity come together in perfect harmony. High in the Peruvian Andes, a mountain unlike any other reveals itself in a breathtaking display of color, Vinicunca, better known as Rainbow Mountain. Rising to an altitude of over 5,000 meters, this natural wonder is streaked with vivid shades of red, yellow, green, and turquoise, creating a landscape that looks as though it has been painted by hand. The mountain's extraordinary colors are the result of mineral deposits formed millions of years ago. Iron creates deep reds, copper adds shades of green, and sulfur brings yellows that shimmer under the high-altitude sun. Together, they form a natural palette that shifts with the light, making every visit a unique experience. For centuries, Rainbow Mountain remained hidden beneath snow and ice, only revealing its colors as glaciers retreated in recent decades. Today, it has become one of Peru's most sought-after destinations, drawing adventurers from around the world. Rainbow Mountain is more than a geological wonder. It is a place where science and spirituality meet, where nature's artistry and Andean culture intertwine. Standing here feels like witnessing a masterpiece painted not by human hands, but by the earth itself. In the heart of Bohol in the Philippines lies a landscape so unusual, it feels almost otherworldly: the Chocolate Hills. Scattered across more than 50 square kilometers, over 1,200 perfectly rounded hills rise from the earth, creating a natural pattern so precise, it looks as though it was sculpted by hand. During the dry season, the lush green grass covering the hills turns a rich brown, giving them the appearance of endless mounds of chocolate drops, hence their sweet and fitting name. From above, the scene resembles a giant box of truffles stretching to the horizon, a spectacle found nowhere else on Earth. Geologists believe the Chocolate Hills were formed millions of years ago from the uplift of coral deposits and the steady work of rain and erosion, shaping the limestone into near-perfect cones. Yet beyond science, local legends tell their own stories. One speaks of two giants who hurled rocks at each other until exhaustion, leaving behind the scattered hills as their legacy. Another tells of a heartbroken giant whose tears and sorrow created the landscape. The Chocolate Hills are a reminder of nature's ability to surprise and enchant, an extraordinary masterpiece that combines geological mystery with myth, creating one of the Philippines' most unforgettable wonders. Hidden in the remote Serranía de la Macarena in Colombia flows one of the most extraordinary rivers on Earth, Caño Cristales, often called the River of Five Colors or the Liquid Rainbow. For much of the year, it looks like any other river, but between June and November, something magical happens. Beneath its crystal-clear waters, an aquatic plant called Macarinia clavigera bursts into vibrant shades of red, pink, yellow, green, and blue. Combined with the golden sand and dark rocks of the riverbed, the water transforms into a living rainbow that seems to glow from within. The colors shift with sunlight and flow, creating patterns that look almost surreal, as though the river itself were painted by nature. More than just a river, Caño Cristales is a natural wonder that showcases the artistry of Earth itself, a fleeting miracle of color and life found only in Colombia. In the plains of Thessaly, in central Greece, rises a landscape so surreal it feels like a dream. Meteora, towering sandstone pillars, some nearly 400 meters high, rise abruptly from the valley floor, creating a natural fortress sculpted by wind and water over millions of years. Perched atop these cliffs are the world-famous Meteora monasteries, built between the 14th and 16th centuries by monks seeking solitude and safety from invading forces. At their peak, more than 20 monasteries crowned the pinnacles. Today, 6 remain active, their red roofs and stone walls blending seamlessly with the rock itself. The name Meteora means suspended in the air, and from a distance, the monasteries do seem to float between heaven and earth. Inside, centuries-old frescoes and icons tell stories of faith and resilience, while outside, breathtaking views stretch across valleys, mountains, and endless sky. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Meteora is both a geological marvel and a spiritual sanctuary. Whether bathed in golden sunset light or wrapped in morning mist, it is a place where nature and human devotion come together, creating one of Greece's most unforgettable wonders. As our journey comes to an end, one truth becomes clear. Our planet is nothing short of extraordinary. From towering waterfalls that vanish into mist, to mountains painted in rainbow hues, to rivers glowing with colors that seem otherworldly, these natural wonders remind us just how diverse and magical Earth really is. Each place we've explored tells a story, not only of geology and time, but of culture, legend, and the deep connection between people and the landscapes that surround them. These wonders are not just destinations on a map. They are living masterpieces shaped by nature's hand over millions of years. But their beauty is also fragile. Many of these places are protected, yet they rely on us to remain careful stewards of the world we share. By respecting and preserving them, we ensure that future generations can stand in awe of the same sights and feel the same sense of wonder. The Earth is filled with treasures beyond imagination, some well-known, others hidden and waiting to be discovered. And perhaps the greatest adventure of all is realizing that these wonders are not faraway dreams, but part of our shared home.